race fans. Welcome back to Garden Canyon Run. This is the Summer Round Robin tournament. This is round 4. This is round 4 of 15 rounds in this round robin tournament. I'm Brock Wheeler. I'm going to be bringing you all the action today and all summer long. We've got 16 cars lined up here to go head-to-head. This is the current standings after 3 rounds. You can see there's a tight two-way battle at the front, followed by an 8-way battle with only 4 points separating them. That's pretty exciting here on the most dangerous track in the Northwest, where it is just mayhem at all times. Here's the track. We're going to take a look at it right now. There's 8 checkpoints along the track. The first one across the checkpoint wins the point. The judges are going to be a little bit more lenient on the all 4 wheels across the checkpoint rule. As long as most of the car crosses the checkpoint, we're going to count it from this point forward. And here's that finish straight where you can see there's 6, 7, and 8. Checkpoints 6, 7, and 8 are just waiting for you there on that open stretch down by the clubhouse where everyone's parked and hanging out. All right, let's get to racing. Oh, there's Tom, Dick, and Harry. We haven't seen them since they went partying with Team Ragtag over the weekend. Them and Camera 2 and Camera 3 operator, to be honest. Here, first up today, we've got Dirtus driving old style for Team Ragtag. Speak of the devil, he's going to be taking on Speedy G from G4 Diecast Racing there, and Smiley 2. And it is Speedy G taking the whole shot. Oof. Wow, that was a pretty impressive crash into the sidewall at the transition there onto the last section of the track. But you can see he easily takes the whole shot, wins the battle out of turn 1. Has a nice looking run through Painter's Tape Gully, but then slam! Oof. The transition took a toll after that hot day on the track we had last week, and then also I think a delivery driver might have set a package down on it. We're gonna have to take a look at it. Here we are again. We got Speedy G once more. Looked like getting the lead. Oh, Dirtus making a charge at checkpoint 3. That's kind of close. I'm not sure who won that point there, but overall Speedy G is taking the battle, that's for sure. And remember, not only do these drivers collect the points during their battle, but the winner of the battle gets a point for winning as well. So Speedy G here, he's going to get the 6 points he won during the race, plus a point for winning the battle. And speaking of winning the battle here and winning the point, it looks like, yep, Dirtus wins that point over checkpoint 3. He's the first one across the line. So he's not getting skunked. All right, next up, Scooter Roundwell driving for Spirit of 64 in that yellow Buick Stalker. And then we've got Polaris driving for Wildcat Race Club in safety third. That bright green car sitting way down at the bottom of the standings. Wildcat Race Club not looking too good with their 2 cars here, but winning the... Oh yeah, Polaris won the battle into turn 1, but Scooter used his heavier weight to just push right past him there and take the 2 points on that run. You can see Polaris did a nice job of getting the turn 1 first, but boom, yep. All right, now we're going to see Scooter on the inside, Polaris on the outside. Scooter easily takes the battle out of turn 1 and is looking pretty good. Sliding his way, keeping it loose down across checkpoint 4, so yeah. Scooter's going to win this battle. Once again, Polaris loses. He's going to stay down for the moment down at the bottom of the standings down there along with the other Wildcat Race Club car. All right, here we go. Next up, we've got Maxine Hunkel driving Cyclone for 503 Racing, and then we got Gretchen, the other driver for Wildcat Race Club in that bright pink Fairlady. She's just had a run of bad luck on the truck, I think, is what's going on there, though. Maxine looking fast. Holy smokes, that car is fast. That little truck. And there's Gretchen high and dry up at turn 1. You can see she did a good job of trying it, but a little side swipe action from Maxine sends her spinning, and then Maxine has a nice line coming down into the downhill into turn 3. Nice job out of turn 3, but the transition onto that final section of track just sent her flying, and she wasn't able to recover and get that 5th checkpoint there. But we'll get back up in the start gate And we'll see Gretchen on the outside. We'll see Maxine on the inside. Oh, man. Oh, another nice run from Maxine. You can see how nicely that truck, how smooth it rolls. Just cruising for that fourth checkpoint to get that fourth point there. Yeah, nice job for Maxine. She's going to win that battle with 8 points plus the one for winning the battle. So 9 points added to her total. Another look at that nice run down through Painter's Tape Gully. Nice and easy. No reason to take any risks. Gretchen's still up on the top section. All right, next up we are going to see Kit KM driving World Machine for Gen X Vintage Racing up against Daddy G for G4 Diecast Racing and Smiley 1, the other of the two G4 Diecast look-alike cars. Daddy G looking good out of turn 1. Kit KM keeping him honest. Oh, and there's Daddy G getting all the way down into the finish section of track, rolling across the 7th checkpoint. That is a nice looking run. Down there by... Yeah, Kit's still up there on that middle section of straight. Daddy G getting a 360 in, showing off for the crowd. That's where Kit puts the hammer down and tries to catch right up to him, but isn't able to do so. And just keeping it real loose. Daddy G sliding all the way down there. And making it across checkpoint 7. Can't get across checkpoint 8 for that one more point though. But that's alright. We'll get back up in the start gate now. And we're going to see Kit KM on the inside this time. We'll see Daddy G on the outside, and we'll see how Kit can do up against Daddy G. Camera operator lingering down here on that nice looking Smiley 1. Alright, here we go. Kit KM's on the inside, Daddy G on the outside. It's Daddy G getting the whole shot, but been losing it. Kit KM with a nice pass. Keeping it together down. Oh, not enough speed to make it around turn 4, unfortunately. Oh man, I thought we might get a tie. I thought we might get a tie up in there. Yeah, Daddy G tries to send Kit off course, just sabotages himself. Kit takes the opportunity. Does a little barrel roll in Painter's Tape Gully, and then just chooses a high line with not enough speed to get around turn 4, and as you can see there, ends up on his roof. Nice job, Kit KM, but that's Daddy G taking that battle. Alright, next up we've got Leonardo driving for Diego's Diecast in that number 14 Porsche, and we've got Colin driving for Cup Bates Racing in that Pontiac GTO, the lightest car in the tournament. We've got Colin on the inside, we got Leonardo on the outside. Leonardo's taking the whole shot, and he was looking pretty good there. Oh! Ooh, a strong hit from behind by Colin. Take another look at that. Yeah, Leonardo. It's a tight battle, but Leonardo wins the battle into and out of turn 1. Has a little bit of steering issues, kind of heading into the downhill section, which slows him down. And that's where Colin picks up a bunch of speed on the downhill and slams right into the back of him. We hope they're both okay. I'm sure they are. These 64th scale drivers are tough as nails. Alright, so that's 2 points for Leonardo. We're going to get back up into the start gate now. We're going to see Colin on the outside. We're going to see Leonardo on the inside. Colin winning the battle into turn 1 and staying ahead. Looking good. He makes it across checkpoint 4. He's on his roof, but he's going to win the battle. That's the number 14 car, the current number 14 car over top of the current number 10 car. So that's a nice little win for Colin. Yeah, he looked good on that whole run. Got a little, possibly a little nudge from Leonardo there on that top section. And just carried a lot of speed out of Painter's Tape Gully, and that's what was his demise. All right, moving right along now, we've got Wildcat Willy driving for Uncle Elvis Racing in that orange Jag, and we've got Matthew Deavers driving for ND Racing, the current leader, driving Superman. So it should be a good battle here. Matthew is the current leader on the boards. Wildcat Willy number 4, and a spectacular crash. That Superman car carries a lot of speed when it gets hooked up right, and I think that was just too much speed out of Painter's Tape Gully. Yeah, you can see Matthew easily won the battle into turn 1, and then carried a ton of speed through the downhill and just couldn't recover. Yeah, spectacular. He ends up on his wheels. Alright, we're going to get back up into the start gate, and this time I believe we're going to see Matthew in the outside lane. And we'll see Wildcat Willy in the inside lane. See if Wildcat Willy can't bring things back on the turns. And he does. He wins the battle out of turn 1. It's a real tight into the downhill. Ooh! Oh man! Smashes into the guardrail at the transition at checkpoint 4. But Wildcat Willy does tie it up. We've got a tie in our hands. You can see almost came to a stall before checkpoint 1, but it was Matthew that gave him the nudge that kept him going. And Matthew tries to take a peek up the outside there, but can't do it. Alright, so that's it. That's tied up. We're going to put a pin in that and come back to it. And in the meantime, we're going to move along to the next race. Yeah, there's another look at Matthew just sitting on top of that checkpoint. Wasn't able to cross it, so doesn't collect the points for that. Alright, next up we are going to see Snakes driving for Rust Belt Diecast Racing in Filthy Animal. Current number 6 car up against Dusty Oldford in the yellow Screamin' Hauler. That's your current number 12 car. Dusty on the inside, Snakes on the outside. Snakes looking real good. Nice line in the Painter's Tape Gully. Oh, Dusty trying to make a late charge to get around him, but goes off track. And Snakes is keeping it together for a really, really nice run. Just barely misses out on crossing that final checkpoint. But what a nice run. Yeah, easily taking the whole shot. Nice line, hugging that outside wall. Then gets right on that center barrier, which is what you need to do. You need to hit the brakes on before you get into Painter's Tape Gully to scrub some speed. Man, I almost thought he didn't have enough speed, and there comes Dusty up the outside. Loses it. And you can see Snakes really timed it just perfectly. Had just enough speed to keep carrying his momentum down onto that final stretch. But couldn't keep it straight enough to get that final checkpoint. Alright, so 7 points, and we're back up into the start gate. We're going to see Dusty on the outside. We're going to see Snakes on the inside. Oh! Holy cow! But now Dusty with a nice looking run. Is he going to be able to tie it up? No, I don't believe so. Man, I hope Snakes is alright. Oh, that was spectacular. There's Snakes down in the garden bed. So you can see Snakes does win the whole shot. Gets across checkpoint 1 cleanly and then just loses it. Goes totally off the track down to the garden bed. Dusty takes the opportunity and says, "Thank you very much. I'm going to fly all the way down into that finish stretch." Man, taking some beautiful lines through those S-turns. But yeah, can't get across checkpoint 7. So leaves a couple of points on the table there. Snakes is going to win the battle. Alright, next up. Alright, next up here we've got the number 3 NASCAR driven by Nick Deavers of ND Racing up against Xanthippe driving Rainbow Brite for just another pop culture reference. This is your number 8 and your number 7 car. This should be a nice battle. Xanthippe trying to get a look up the inside. Keeping it real close, right on Nick, but can't get past him. Nick doing so much defensive driving, you can't get any farther than checkpoint 3. Yeah, and there's There's about 30 grams difference between these two cars, so Xanthippe is doing a great job trying to get past this heavier car. But unfortunately not able to do it on this run. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to back up in the start gate, and this time we'll see Xanthippe in the outside lane. We're going to see Nick in that orange number 3 in the inside lane. Nick getting slowed down there at turn 1. Oh, and then there's the door for Xanthippe. Oh, and she loses it crossing that checkpoint 4 at that harsh transition there, which just sent her flying. All right, here's another look here where you see it. Nick just got it all wrong into turn 1, slows Xanthippe down. Nick's able to cross checkpoint 1 first, then trusses checkpoint 2, but then loses it on the downhill, and that's where Xanthippe is able to take over. She collects checkpoint 3 and 4, but yeah, just gets tossed onto her roof. So can't get any more points, and it's going to lose the battle. But points is points. Alright, and that brings us to our tiebreaker now. We've got Matthew in the outside lane, we've got Wildcat Willy in the inside lane. Who's going to take this here? This is your current leader against your current number 4 car. Oh, Wildcat Willy sending Matthew up into the wall. And that's Wildcat Willy taking the battle. Not able to capitalize on a lot of points, but wins the battle. Doesn't allow Matthew to build up many more points on their lead. There you can see where he sends him right up into the wall. There's some tough driving right there. And then Wildcat Willy just in reverse, getting off track there. Not able to cross checkpoint 4 get any more points. All right, so there we go. That's the day. That's the day, folks. You can see we now have a tight 3-way battle for lead. There's only 4 points separating the top 3, and then there's only 3 points separating the next 4 or 5 down below them. So the battle's heating up here. I want to thank all our sponsors for sending these cars in here and taking part in the tournament. And thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing so you can follow along on all the action. You can go back. There's a playlist where you can go back to the channel and watch this tournament from the beginning. There's a few other tournaments you can watch all the way through as well. Thanks so much for coming along. I'm Brock Wheeler. It's been my pleasure bringing you the action. Stay tuned right here. There's going to be a ton more. All right, bye-bye.